Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. Well, today we're digging into the October 22nd issue of 7 Days Tech.
Ah, yes. The one with that really interesting cover story on digital access in Morocco, right?
That's the one. But there's, like, way more to uncover this issue, too. Some pretty major shakeups in social media, incredible AI stuff like Amazon's new delivery system, a whole bunch of other intriguing tech developments.
You know, what really stood out to me in this issue is how it connects all these seemingly different trends in tech, right? It like really highlights how technology is impacting everything. We're talking government services, online interactions, even how our packages get delivered.
It's like a global digital revolution thing.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start with Morocco. Remember Minister Guida Mazur and her vision for a digitally connected nation? I was super intrigued by that whole unified digital culture push within the government.
Yeah, that's huge. I like a vision that goes way beyond just Morocco. Missouri is pushing for a system where everyone, like all citizens, have equal access to online services.
So like healthcare, education, legal documents, all that.
Exactly. Everything through a single, easy-to-use portal. Imagine, instead of having to deal with a ton of different websites or offices for different services, you can just access everything in one place. It would, simplify things for citizens and make the government way more efficient.
So much easier. And it's not just
Right.
talk, right? They're actually putting this vision into action. There's this forum mentioned, Maroc Estonie eConnect, Nexus Culture Digitale et Pratique Administrative,
Yeah.
which is basically all about collaboration and sharing knowledge on like digital best practices.
Totally. These kinds of initiatives show they're serious about, not just using technology, but making sure it benefits everyone.
It makes you think, like, what can other countries learn from this? How can we all work towards bridging the digital divide?
Yeah, that's the big question.
It all comes back to empowering people, giving them control, right? And that's something a lot of folks feel is missing on social media these days.
All that discontent on X, formerly Twitter, after Elon Musk's changes. It seems like things are, reaching a boiling point.
Oh, for sure. This issue really digs into the growing frustration, especially with the changes to the blocking feature.
Yeah, that's been a big one. The way it works now, it's raising some serious concerns about online safety.
Right, right. It used to be that if you blocked someone, they couldn't see your posts. Now, even blocked users can still see them.
They just can't comment.
Right, just can't comment. A lot of people feel like this leaves them way more vulnerable to, like, harassment and unwanted attention.
And guess who's offering a supposedly safer space?
Bluesky.
Bluesky. They've seen a massive influx of new users, 500,000 in just 24 hours.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That brings them to a total of 12 million users, with 1.2 million of those joining just recently. It's like people are really fed up with X and looking for alternatives. Makes you wonder, is this like a temporary thing, or are we witnessing a shift toward platforms that, prioritize user control?
Yeah, definitely something to keep an eye on. Is it a knee-jerk reaction or a fundamental shift in how people want to engage online? Are users craving a less toxic, more controlled social media experience?
We'll have to see how it all plays out. But speaking of shaking things up, let's talk about AI. Get ready to be amazed by Amazon's newest thing, VAPR. You won't believe how they're using AI in deliveries now.
Okay, tell me more.
So VAPR stands for Vision Assisted Package Retrieval. It's like Amazon's way to make deliveries super smooth.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So picture this. AI-powered systems in delivery vans. They project light signals onto the packages. It guides drivers directly to the right one.
So no more searching through a whole van full of packages.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's not just about finding packages faster. It's about, like, AI understanding the 3D space in the van and optimizing every move the driver makes.
Whoa, like a real-time Tetris master working behind the scenes.
Right. And they've already got 1,000 of those Rivian electric vans equipped with VAPR. The results, mind-blowing.
Tell me.
They're seeing a 67% reduction in driver effort and saving 30 minutes on each route.
That's incredible. Talk about efficiency.
Right. It's a game changer for the whole delivery industry.
Makes you think where else this could be applied.
Totally. And it's not just logistics that AI is revolutionizing. The way we search for information is changing too.
Oh, true.
We've got this ambitious startup, Perplexity, and they're taking on, get this, Google, with their chatbot-powered search engine.
Whoa. Bold move.
Right. It's a completely different approach to finding information. Instead of, relying on complex algorithms and index web pages, Perplexity just directly extracts the info you need.
So it's like having a super smart research assistant.
Exactly. And Investors are taking notice. We're talking a potential valuation of $9 billion.
Seriously?
Yeah. Giants like NVIDIA and Jeff Bezos are all over this. Could be a real David versus Goliath story in the making.
It really highlights how search is evolving. People want more than just links. They want answers, and they want them fast.
And in a way that feels natural, like a conversation.
Exactly.
Okay, so before we get totally lost in the AI world, let's do a quick rundown of some other interesting tidbits from this 7 days tech issue. It's like a mixed bag of cool developments.
Hit me with it.
First up, we've got this mysterious new service being tested for Nintendo Switch Online subscribers.
Oh, tell me more.
It's all hush-hush, but it hints at a potential move into the metaverse.
Interesting.
Some folks are saying it might involve virtual worlds and social interaction beyond gaming.
So, like, Nintendo's answer to Roblox or Horizon Worlds?
Maybe. The whole test thing is shrouded in secrecy with, non-disclosure agreements and questionnaires.
They love their secrets, those Nintendo folks.
They do. Okay, then we've got the surprisingly successful Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. People are actually willing to spend big bucks for high-tech eyewear. Apparently, they're selling like crazy at Ray-Ban stores all over Europe, the Middle East, and Africa.
Wow. So even with the high price, people are buying them.
Yeah. It's like a sign that maybe wearable tech is finally becoming, more mainstream, even fashionable.
And they are pretty stylish compared to some of those clunkier wearables we've seen.
Definitely. Plus, they come loaded with AI features.
Like what?
Real-time translation, integration with Meta's AI assistant, all that jazz.
Pretty impressive.
Okay, and for those of us who are, always struggling to stay organized, good news from WhatsApp. They're rolling out an update that lets you group conversations into lists.
Oh, cool. Like Telegram.
Yep, pretty much. It's a good example of how the tech world is always in this race.
Yeah.
With the companies borrowing ideas and pushing the limits.
It's a smart move for WhatsApp. It gives users more control over their chats, helps manage all that information overload.
Definitely. Okay, last but not least, we have some news from space. China just launched their Gaofen 1205 Earth observation satellite.
Another one?
Yep. It's going to be a key player in resource management and economic development.
Interesting. It's a good reminder that technology isn't just about, gadgets and apps. It's also about understanding our planet and managing resources.
Exactly. It's a reminder that the digital landscape extends far beyond our screens.
There's so much happening.
I know, right? So we've got to ask, as you navigate this ever-evolving digital landscape, what aspect of this tech explosion are you, most excited about? We'll be back soon to dive even deeper into these developments. Stay tuned.
It's funny, just when you think you've got a grip on all the latest tech trends, something new pops up and throws you a curveball.
Totally. And this is Nintendo Switch Online Metaverse tests. Perfect example. Super secretive, but the fact that Nintendo's, even considering the metaverse is fascinating.
It really makes you wonder what they're up to. Could this be like Nintendo's version of Roblox? Or even Meta's Horizon Worlds?
Imagine, Mario and Luigi hanging out with your avatar in a virtual mushroom kingdom.
Oh, that'd be wild.
They always find a way to put their own spin on things,
Yeah, for sure. Especially with how, notoriously secretive they are about their projects. All this testing with non-disclosure agreements, questionnaires, just adds to the mystery.
Speaking of mysteries, those Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses are selling like hotcakes. It seems folks are ready to embrace wearable tech as long as it, looks good.
Totally. And they're not just a fashion statement. We're talking real functionality, real-time translation, AI assistance, all packed into a sleek design. Remember those clunky wearables from back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these are a far cry from that.
Big time. And the fact they're flying off the shelves, pretty clear sign people are ready for tech that enhances their lives without sacrificing style.
It seems like that whole geeky stigma around wearables is fading. We're heading towards a future where tech is just seamlessly integrated into our lives, physically and digitally.
Which brings us to WhatsApp's new conversation list feature. Might seem small, but it's a big step toward making our digital lives more manageable.
Right. Especially now when we're constantly bombarded with messages and notifications, being able to, organize conversations, prioritize what's important.
It's about control,
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between staying connected and avoiding that whole digital overload thing.
For sure. And it's interesting how WhatsApp is, taking cues from other platforms that already do this, like Telegram.
Shows you that the tech world is all about this constant evolution, right? Companies are learning from each other, pushing boundaries.
And in the end, it's us, the users, who benefit. More choices, more innovation,
Absolutely.
Okay, before we wrap this deep dive, we got to acknowledge the amazing stuff happening beyond our planet.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The successful launch of China's Gaofen 1205 satellite, for example. Talk about human ingenuity, pushing those boundaries of space exploration.
It's easy to get caught up in the latest gadgets and apps, but it's important to remember tech's role in, like, understanding our planet, managing its resources.
Absolutely. From monitoring climate change to agriculture, space technology is making a real difference.
Big time.
It's a reminder that tech isn't just about convenience and entertainment, right?
Yeah.
It's a powerful tool for tackling some of humanity's biggest challenges.
Could not agree more.
So this issue of 7 Days Tech, it's been a wild ride of insights and discoveries, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. A reminder that we're living in a time of incredible technological advancement and the pace of change. It's only getting faster.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener?
It means staying informed and engaged with the digital world is, like, more crucial than ever. It's about embracing the opportunities while also, being aware of the challenges, being curious, asking questions, never losing sight of the big picture.
And being ready for that next wave of innovation because it's like right around the corner.
Always something new.
So on that note, we'll leave you with a final thought for this segment. As you navigate this ever-evolving digital world, what aspects of this tech explosion excite you the most? What implications do you see for the future? Take some time to ponder those questions.
And we'll rejoin you for the final part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into 7 Days Tech.
We've covered some ground today, haven't we?
We have from digital equity in Morocco to those AI-powered deliveries, and of course the metaverse, smart glasses, messaging apps.
A lot to unpack.
For sure. But before we wrap things up, there's one story I think we got to circle back to, the one that really, really got people talking.
You mean the whole Bluesky exodus?
That's the one.
Yeah.
It perfectly sums up the state of social media right now. All that frustration, the changes, the search for something better.
It's interesting how those changes to X, especially that whole modified blocking thing, have caused such a strong reaction.
Yeah. I mean, Musk is all about that transparency and open dialogue. But a lot of folks, especially those who've dealt with harassment online, they feel really exposed.
Right. It's like that tension between free speech, online safety, user control. It's a tough one. No easy answers.
Definitely not. But one thing's for sure, users want more control over their online interactions. And they're willing to, switch platforms to get it.
The fact that Bluesky's seen such a huge surge in signups shows that. It's like a real-world example of how user dissatisfaction can drive innovation and disrupt even the biggest players.
It makes you wonder, is this the start of something bigger? Are we moving away from these massive platforms like X towards something more decentralized, more user-centric?
It's possible, but if that's the case, platforms like Bluesky are going to have to address some serious challenges. Content moderation, privacy, sustainability.
Big hurdles.
Definitely. But if they can overcome those hurdles, they have the potential to totally change how we connect and communicate online.
It shows that the digital world is in constant flux. The power dynamics can shift in an instant.
That's for sure. And as users, we've got a role to play. By staying informed, being critical, and voicing our expectations, we can help shape that digital landscape.
Make it more equitable, inclusive, empowering.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with a final thought. What kind of online experience do you want? What are you willing to do to make that happen? The digital future is, it's ours to shape.
Let's make it a future worth embracing. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of tech.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into 7 Days Tech. And remember, the digital world is full of possibilities. Go explore.